Hi, I'm Mishti Max and you're here to get ready with me for my birthday. My makeup is inspired by this dress from Cyber Dog and it gave me a 60s Space Barbie vibe, so I let my makeup take that feel to the max with pink and white all over, including a pink cut crease and pink and black stacked winged liner. I used a bunch of new products that my boyfriend very generously got for my present, and you can check out my birthday Hizzaul right here. To go along with it all, I created a glossy gradient pink lip, and if you want to see that, check the description box where you'll also find my blog post with all the product details and some links for the Sugarpill eyeshadows and Sigma brushes I used for this look. So here I go, starting off fresh out of the shower with my t-shirt turban on, ready to prime my eyes with Too Faced Shadow Insurance. I blended it up to my brows and out towards my temples with my fingers as usual. Then I slid out my NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Milk and applied it to my whole eyelid and blended the cream base with my finger to smooth it onto the lid, including the tear duct area. Next, I grabbed Decay 24/7 pencil in Woodstock and used it to cut my crease, starting from the center and drawing a line above the natural fold of my eye, trying to make both sides even. Don't worry if you mess up, because you can quickly remove the pencil with a cotton bud. I grabbed the Sigma E17 waterline liner from the Performance Eyes kit and blended the pencil upwards using short strokes while trying to keep the lower side sharp. I added more pencil, creating a floating winged crease, and blended that up too. I intensified the pencil and blended it up once again. Then I got out the Sweetheart palette from Sugarpill and chose the matte hot pink shade called Dolly Pop and used the same waterline liner brush from Sigma to set the pencil and accentuate the shade, also blending upwards, keeping that winged crease shape. As with any cut crease, you want to keep a sharp line on the lower side and fade the shadow upwards towards the brow bone. So that's why I'm using a small thin brush and using short strokes to push the shadow up while gently holding my lid taut. Then I went back to the Sweetheart palette and grabbed the matte white shadow called Taco and applied it to my brow bone with a Sigma E65 medium angled shading brush. To create a smooth transition, I added a neutral shade from the Naked 3 palette, a new present, yay! I chose Limit and applied it with a Sigma E36 blending, another tiny brush from the Performance Eyes kit that I love for getting the most out of my small crease area. I buffed that shadow above Dolly Pop and took it all the way into the inner crease, emphasizing the crease space. I went back and made sure Limit blended well into Taco using the same angled fluffy brush from Sigma. Then to bring back the hot pink color, I used the tiny E36 blending brush and more Sugarpill Dolly Pop and layered that over the top. And as with any makeup, you want to layer and blend your shades till you're satisfied with the look or run out of time. So I went between Limit and Dolly Pop, working towards a good gradient. I think the Naked 3 palette is perfect for any red or pink eye looks, and that's why I wanted it so badly, and I really think it will complement many looks and doesn't just have to produce a neutral makeup. Then I got the waterline liner brush again to sharpen up the crease with some more Dolly Pop and made sure to blend that out. I also fixed up the wing shape and the highlight as well. And next I opened up my new Urban Decay Electric palette, also a new present from my family, fresh out of the box. And I went for the Shadow Savage to add some neon to the crease and brighten it up even more. I applied that with the same little blending brush and layered it over the whole lot, winging out the outer flick of the crease towards my temples. Then I went back to Limit to blend the edge of that out. And a bit more Savage to make sure the cut crease stays bright enough. Then I got Makeup Geek's Razzleberry, which I got a little while back and hadn't tried yet, and I used the waterline liner to apply it just at the edge of the cut crease for increased depth. The pinkish red tone of this shadow is perfect to deepen up the shades I used and still let them shine through. I blended out the shadow with the E36 blending brush and then went back and added more Razzleberry. I used more Sugarpill Dolly Pop to make sure it melded well using the same blending brush. Then I fixed up the floating outer crease wings and tried to make them as symmetrical as possible using Razzleberry and Dolly Pop, keeping everything blended and darker on the outer edge. Then I cleaned up my lid with a cotton bud and some makeup remover to keep the crease sharp and make room for the lid color. I grabbed the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Milk again and an eyeshadow brush from the Body Shop, and I first applied the pencil directly to my lid, then applied the pencil to the synthetic brush and carved out the lid in a rounded shape, going right up to the crease and laying down an opaque layer of the pencil. Then I went back to Taco from the Sweetheart palette on the other side of the same Body Shop brush and patted on the matte white shadow all over the mobile lid, trying to keep to the rounded shape. I also coated the tear duct area in some NYX Milk and added Taco to set that white base. I made sure the crease was still cut well and blended nicely with a few touch-ups. Then I used a little sample of a pigment that we do not know what it does, and I used Firenze Pixie Epoxy on a Sigma E46 inner corner shader and applied it to the tear duct area, and then grabbed the pigment and dabbed it all over the pigment adhesive, also blending it slightly onto the inner third of the lid. Now I'm going for some pink and black stacked liners, so I got out these two Urban Decay 24/7 liquid liners, and starting with Perversion, I lined along my lash line, creating a little wing up to the crease for now. Then I grabbed Woodstock, and after I shook it up, I applied a thick line above the black liner, following the original wing and joining it up to the crease. Anytime I went over the black line, I quickly grabbed a pointed cotton bud and removed the pink liquid liner, and then touched up the black liner too. I built up the liner, thickening the outer wing until I liked the way it looked, and made sure to keep my eyes open until the liner dries so I don't get transfer into my crease. I increased the black liner so it fit the stacked pink line. And there we have that! I went back to Razzleberry in the water liner brush and darkened up the outer part of the crease to define the area above the winged liner and keep the crease nice and cut, and I blended that out to keep it smooth. I took my new Illamasqua sealing gel, the Sigma Small Angled E65, and eye candy sprinkles in Cotton Candy. I placed a drop of the sealing gel onto the angled brush and also some onto my hand, which I'm using as a palette. Then I dipped the brush into the glitter to mix it into a paste on the back of my hand, and then applied the pink glitter all over the pink eyeliner. This is my favorite pink glitter of all time, and you can see it really showing off the gorgeous blue reflect in my Darks and Duochromes Lip Art tutorial, which I'll link below. I used the end of a cotton bud to pick up any stray glitter, and after I finished coating the liner, I let it dry and touched up the black to make sure that no glitter shows up on the lower liner. I took out my black gel eyeliner from Inglot in number 77 and the Eye Candy number 2 brush, and I grabbed some product on the end of the brush and wiped off the excess on the lid, and then applied it to my tight line to intensify the roots of my lashes and cover up that unsightly skin under there. Although I must say, it's definitely not my favorite thing to do. Next, I curled my lashes and then got out my new favorite mascara, CoverGirl Clump Crusher, and coated my top lashes with a thin layer just to make my lashes black for the false lashes. And now it comes time to choose a set of false lashes from the chunk that Girls with Attitude gave me, and I was thinking between the fluttery, more natural ones called Swept Away and the more dramatic ones called Cocoa. And you can guess which ones I went for. These come with glue in the box and an applicator, and after bending the band and trimming the inner corner, I applied the glue and let it dry for a bit, then set the lash onto my lash line and tucked in the inner and outer corners, plus squeezed my natural and false lashes with the tweezers and pressed them down to secure them. I carefully curled the false lashes just a little bit and went back to the Perversion black liquid liner and covered the glue to disguise the lash band. I added a coat of Clump Crusher to fuse the natural and false lashes and add a bit more oomph. Now I'm going to release my hair from the t-shirt turban and I'm off to dry my hair. You can see how I do this in my curly hair tutorial. Now I'm adding some more volume at the roots with this fro pick, and I'll let my hair air dry the rest of the way. So now back to the makeup. I did my brows in my usual fashion with Revlon Color Stay Brow Liner in Blonde and Benefit Gimme Brow. Then to open up the eyes, I grabbed Inglot Matte Gel Eyeliner in number 76 and applied the white gel to the waterline with a white eye pencil as an applicator, taking it all the way into the inner corner, like so. I cleaned up the lashes a bit with a cotton bud, rubbing it along the lash line. Next I took the Clump Crusher mascara again and thoroughly coated my lower lashes. For the face, I cleaned up the fallout under the eyes with a makeup wipe. Then primed the center of my face with Benefit Professional, and then primed under my eyes with MAC Vibrancy Eye Primer. I took my usual Bourjois Healthy Mix Foundation in 51 Vanilla and the Sedona Lace 928 Flat Synthetic Brush and applied a light layer over my face. Then for concealer, I grabbed MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in NC15 and a Sigma F60 Large Shader Brush and attempted that ever-coveted half a pump to apply under my eyes and around my nose and mouth, then blended that in with my foundation brush, as well as went right up to the eye makeup with the Sigma Flat Brush to clean up the edge. To set all that, I used my usual Purely Cosmetics Diamond Finish Powder and a Sigma E30 Large Powder Brush, and for the hard-to-reach places, I used a mini Sigma E25 Blending Brush. I didn't want much on the lower lash line, but it needed something, so I went back to my Naked 3 palette and picked a mixture of Limit and Nuna to blend under the lash line with the Sigma E36 blending brush for some definition there. Lastly, for the eyes, I blended that shimmery pigment on the inner corner with the tiny inner corner brush to give a symbiotic feel to the eyes, and I used a tissue to catch any fallout. For the cheeks, I pulled out another new present, the NARS highlighter in Albatross, and I used my Haku Hodo S113 highlight brush to apply it to the cheekbones. Then I just had to use another new one, and I grabbed the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in Diffused Light and applied it under my eyes, the high points, and the center of my face with the Sigma F40 Large Angled Contour Brush. For blush, I chose a cool toned Pink Beauty in MAC Mineralized Blush in Gentle and applied it high up on my cheekbones with a Napoleon Purdy 20B Reflective Contour Brush. Or is it Napoleon Curtis? I'm not sure. Lastly, I took a Sedona Lace Kabuki brush and blended my cheek products, and after some final touches on my almost dry hair, here's the finished makeup look. Now onto the outfit. I'm wearing the Vixen dress from Cyber Dog in pink leatherette with a 60s futuristic space look to it with the orbiting peplum. This dress was the reason I decided on all that matching pink in my makeup, and the color of this dress is damn hot. I love the cutout and the bodice, plus the way the skirt hugs the figure is very flattering. The dress is knee length, so it's a nice mix of sassy and discreet. Since I have a winter birthday over here, I covered up with a white fur jacket, which I think added to the Barbie-esque look to the whole thing, and it was so soft and super warm, plus matched the white details in the makeup and nails. You can check out my nail tutorial down below as well. I wore some white stockings, and I've always wanted a white pair of shoes, so I just bought these Windsor Smith heels in the style Macie, and you can enjoy me parading around on my filthy carpet. You can see more of these shoes in a shoe unboxing and review, just check the description box. Now I'm off because the taxi is here and it's party time. If you want to see the pink glossy gradient lip I threw on, you can check down below or click the screen. Check my blog for more pictures and all the products I used here. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed getting ready with me, and subscribe for more tutorials.
Click the little boxes if you want to see other tutorials of mine.
You can check out my social media jingle jangles linked in the description box. I'm Mishti Max everywhere, and I'll see you there. Also check iTunes for a podcast of my band's music.